The Eckerson Group is a research and consulting firm based in Boston, focused on BI and analytics. We do in-depth reports on key topics in business intelligence, analytics, data management, performance management, and big data. We're a new company with some very veteran practitioners on board, both on the research side and consulting side. Each of us have 20 years of experience or more in the field. So I've been in the business intelligence space for more than 25 years, doing research. I was also at the Data Warehousing Institute, running the education and the research programs. I've written a couple of books on the space, on performance dashboards and secrets of analytics, and working on one on data governance. So recently, Eckerson Group published a report on data warehouse automation, which I was fortunate enough to write. It's an interesting topic. I've been in the data warehousing field for a very long time, and I don't know why anyone would build a warehouse or a data mart without using an automation tool. These are metadata-driven tools that can help automate, all the manual labor that's required to build a warehouse or a mart, accelerating delivery and generating your schema and your documentation automatically. So it seems to have a lot of value. If companies aren't doing this and they're relying on hand coding, manual ETL processes, I think they're coming up short. I think the biggest value with data warehouse automation is in managing change. So because it's a metadata-driven approach, the thing that costs the most, takes the most time in a warehouse, is making changes to fields, to attributes, to your model, to your schema. Whenever that happens, there's this downstream ripple effect that just cascades and takes a long time to implement and do it accurately and properly. So with warehouse automation, because it's metadata-driven, you can essentially push the big easy button and it automatically generates all the code to populate your warehouse with the new fields and the new data, as well as the documentation you need to keep track of what you actually did. So the resistance to data warehouse automation is that people don't change. We've spent a lot of time in this industry learning how to build data warehouses using manual approaches, coding, ETL for instance. And a lot of consultancies still rely on putting bodies in the seats to do this kind of hand coding work. So getting people to change to a new approach, sometimes even if it makes a lot of sense, sometimes it's very difficult to do. Change is hard. Part of the research we did was to evaluate all the vendors in the data warehouse automation space, including WhereScape. What we found that its data-driven approach, as opposed to a model-driven approach, was much more practical. It helps deliver, real value quickly based on the data that people already have in-house. So rather than try to put a round peg in a square hole, you essentially start with the square hole and find out what's there to fill it. And I think that's a very practical approach that can deliver value very fast. And seems to be working, as the fact that WhereScape has the most customers of any data warehouse automation vendor in the space.